My 16-year-old brother Ben was just walking home one night when he was singled out and stabbed. He died in hospital later that night. Ben was one of over 100 teenagers that died in the UK as a result of youth violence between 2008 and 2010. Ever since his death, my family and I have been campaigning for an end to knife crime. I don't want anyone else to experience the pain and loss that we feel through losing Ben. Josh is 19 and lives in South London. From an early age, his parents had high hopes for him.
I was quite good at school, I was always in the top set. Going on to secondary school, I was still in the top set. I was a high achiever.
But he was expelled from school after a fight just before he was due to sit his exams.
When I got kicked out, I tried to apply for other schools so I could take my GCSEs because I was expected very high grades. But no other schools would accept me. Pretty much I found myself doing nothing really, just hanging around with friends that was in the same position. I didn't really know what to do with myself.
Feeling angry and rejected, Josh started to lose his way.
I found myself that I got really deep into like gang, street crime, and then I started getting into mischief. So like I found that I had to protect myself, so I'd have offensive weapons. I'd be involved in a lot of fights, and I just felt like my life was going downhill.
There's a charity that understands how easily arguments can escalate into violence and how hard it can be for young people to escape from this seemingly one-way track. LEAP Confronting Conflict, known to many simply as LEAP, works with young people to help them understand the causes and consequences of conflict, teaching them ways to resolve situations without violence. The charity runs a series of youth-led workshops, using discussions and role-play to teach young people about the roots of conflict and how to tackle them in a constructive way.
So could we just get in the line?
Exercises include exploring how simple changes of language can stop aggression.
You're going to go up to your neighbour's door and you guys are going to start off saying you in all your sentences. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, go.
Easy yesterday.
22-year-old Carl grew up in London where he was exposed to the reality of inner city life.
Drugs, violence, knives, and I think I got myself caught up in a situation where I actually got excluded from school. And I was sent to a pupil referral unit where I was exposed to it even more on a wider scale. And it kind of scared me, to be fair, because deep down I wasn't that sort of person.
LEAP works with people as young as 11 going into schools and communities around the UK.
Okay, so we're going to do this again, but neighbours, it's exact same scenario, but what you're going to do, so you're going to start every sentence with I.
Role plays deal with a range of issues which can trigger anger and explore non-violent ways to resolve them.
Okay, so what was the difference for you?
I wasn't so aggressive. I was quite withdrawn.
When it was I kept calming down.
Okay.
Breaking things down makes you realise, you know, there are right and wrong choices. The workshops have basically changed me in a way where I think a lot more before I act. They've made me think before I speak as well, and I kind of go through a thought process in my head of the decisions I make, how they're going to affect myself later on down the line, also the people around me.
Carl is now setting up his own project, going into primary schools and passing on his knowledge to kids in trouble and getting them back into school. LEAP sees young people as the solution to the difficulties communities are facing, not the problem. This is why the charity established its Young Trainers programme, where the most promising 18 to 25-year-olds are recruited and trained to deliver the workshops themselves. Like Jerusha. From the age of 12, she was a young carer for her mother and 2 younger brothers. When Jerusha was struggling to cope, a project leader at her school suggested she try LEAP. Jerusha excelled at the LEAP programme and was invited back to join the Young Trainers scheme.
So what I see basically from this is actually it gets them to start thinking about what a vicious cycle is.
Yeah, it kind of helped me understand a lot about my own personal conflict and built my confidence up because I never thought I'd be able to stand in front of 30 people telling them what to do. It's kind of very, empowering.
In today's workshop, Jerusha is using a game to teach the young people how to escape the cycle of violence.
The jailer with the empty chair is going to wink at a prisoner, and they're going to come and grab the seat. Jailers, if you manage to tap them on the shoulder, they're staying in the chair, they're not moving anywhere.
Jerusha now works as a freelance young trainer for Leap, passing on what she has learnt to other young people.
Okay guys, let's call it a wrap, well done.
These lessons empower the young people to make positive changes to their lives.
What would you say to someone who kept on trying to escape but never did?
Try harder.
Try harder, give up? So why would you say try harder, and why would you think?
The charity knows those who work with young people directly can make the biggest impact. So Leap works with police officers, teachers and youth workers in the most troubled parts of the UK, training them to tackle the causes of knife crime. These programmes can make a real difference. From 2009, the charity provided training to Strathclyde Police around gangs, and in the next year, violent crime in that area was almost halved.
What would happen if we just stayed where we are?
For the past 3 years, Leap has reached over 20,000 young people like Josh. I've come to see how he has been getting on since finishing the youth conflict programme.
2-3 years ago, I was living a quite rough lifestyle. And now, I've started my own business. It's in the clubbing industry, and it's running very well now. I recently passed an electrician's course, so I'm a fully qualified electrician, and I'm self-employed, and I'm getting paid work from Leap.
That's amazing. So you're obviously in a really good place now. Where do you think you would be if Leap hadn't come along and helped you?
Could have been dead. I could have been in jail.
Leap has been changing young people's lives for 25 years, and we need this work to continue. As someone who has personally experienced the tragic consequences of youth violence, I am asking you to donate to this appeal. By giving more young people the opportunity to learn that violence is not the only option, your donation could help prevent more young lives being lost. Please donate by going to the website bbc.co.uk/lifeline. If you don't have access to the internet, please call 0800 011 011. If lines are busy, please keep trying. Calls are free from most landlines. Some networks and mobile operators will charge for these calls. If you'd like to post a donation, please make your cheque payable to Leap Confronting Conflict and send it to Free Post BBC Lifeline Appeal. Remember, if you're a UK taxpayer, the charity can collect gift aid on your donation, worth another 25%. Just send in a note to say you want your donation to be subject to gift aid and include the date, your full name and address. Thank you.